Yeah.
Don't lie. It's gonna be
Now,
great.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Daily High with your hosts, Matt McGregor and Tone Vays. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning, morning. I am good. I am good, and yeah, Bitcoin is hanging in there, which is also good.
Yeah, it did exactly what I said it would do last night on the show. So, without any further ado, let's go into that analysis. Where is this? Where is my screen? How has this moved around? All right, maybe it's right here. Let me bring it up. Look, I want to start on the 15-minute time frame and work my way up. But I'll be quite quick tonight because there's nothing really more to say than what wasn't said on Monday's show and on our Tuesday's show. These moving averages have moved down. Obviously, it's a 15-minute time frame, so it's not as valid. But you'll see it on the 4-hour time frame when we had it. Even last night when we came up and kissed on like 102. I was saying that. Oh, sorry, that's right now. 104, excuse me. When we came up and kissed on 104 last night in the show, just get my bearings right now. Right here. Tony, is my head in the way? Can you see the charts right now? It right
You
there.
can see it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I've got a heap of stuff in front of the way. 104 was almost to the point where we came up to last night. And when we were doing the show, it just had started tapering off a little bit. And you were very convinced it was going to break through. And I was in a long trade. So I thought it might have, but I was very concerned that it would just fade. It wouldn't get through the 104. Said at the show. And as we started to come down, I really pointed out, like, I'd be really mindful that I said it on Monday. I said it last night. 104 is still the area to break through, and nothing has changed at this point. We did have a bit of a calamity, but we stayed above 100, barely, by the grace of God last night, and got the green diamond on the 15 minute, which was nice. It had a really, really good response off that on our metrics. Links in the description below. Hasn't done much since. All right. I got stopped out in that trade last night at break even. Uh, which was fine because it was a lot higher than the I can't remember what it was, but it was about 102 anyway. So I mean, like, I'm happy to be out of that trade. We're back in about the same price. I could get back in right now where it looks better now to me than it did last night because I thought that we came up a bit hard and fast after that calamity down to 97 to come back up to 104 was what I was expecting. But we had a correction which didn't go lower than the previous lows and has did recover almost back to that point. I actually like it a lot more today than I did on Monday and Tuesday. So that's the 15 minute as it stands for me. I don't mind where we sit right now. I feel better about it now. Um, Now you can see it really clear. Last night's candle came up to the moving averages, and they're still going moving down. They're still holding the price down. This is what I was concerned about, guys, and I'll just reiterate the point. Like that was the breakout point at 104, the breakdown point at 104. We came down, got a fantastic green diamond inside the green wave textbook, but I was worried about the retest. We've had that, right? But look, we haven't faded. The good news is that yes, last night didn't come down and put in a lower low. Had that have done that, this would be a very, very different show today. Had we got back inside that green wave below the 200, we didn't. We responded well off it. So I'm neutral to bullish, to be honest. We're on the wrong side of the moving averages. So just take a mental image right now. When we are on a tear and we're in a bull market, we're above all the moving averages and we ride that seven. We come back and retest it. When we get bad drops, we drop back down and test some of the moving averages. You see it all the time. This is the inverse of that at the moment, right? Where this can just come up and retest the moving averages, come back in, put on another low, come back and retest, come back and retest. All that's fine because, like, when it does that in the past, just like here, you know, it does that for a while and then you get the breakout. So I don't mind any of that if that's what we're in for right now. It's just we're in Q1. We're in a good chunk of Q1 of 2025. If we weren't in if we weren't in Q1 of 2025 and the promises that had in for us, I wouldn't even care. I'd be at 102, absolutely magic, brilliant, fantastic. But we need to kick on here. We need to kick on, and we need the stock market and everything else to kick on. I don't want to see just fucking around. And the daily is a perfect example of that. Like even today, we've come back up, and just come on to the seven simple moving average. What are we going to make our way back down to the moving averages again at 100? It's not where we want to be. We want to see forward momentum, not a stalling, as far as I'm concerned. It's a midweek show, so we'll just glance at the week, but I'm all but done. The week still looks fine. In fact, it looks bloody good, to be honest. Yes, last week was the second highest weekly close of all time. What more can you complain about? The correction that we had came back to the seven. We're working our way back up. With 4.5 days left, why not finish this candle green, the highest weekly candle of all time? Absolutely, absolutely on the cards. And all that, all of the analysis on the lower time frame is just for day traders and people looking to get into positions. If you're in a position already from the great breakout that we had at 64 with the purple phantom signal and anything else back down from 17, if you're a hodler from 3,150, whatever, you've got nothing to worry about. It looks brilliant. End of story. Forget about it. Above all the moving averages. Just count your money. Coming off screen share right now. It's a midweek analysis. Don't. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and use the affiliate links in the description below to get access to Bangbox and all the perks that come with it, Discord group and whatnot.
All right, let me go to my screen share. Yeah, people are saying they're like these videos don't come up on their feeds, and I don't know. The social media world really doesn't like me. I'm shadow banned everywhere, and apparently, so here's Nvidia. Nvidia has been, driving this market a little bit, the overall stock market, which also resonates into Bitcoin. As I said yesterday, I didn't expect Nvidia to immediately recover. I still think it has some more lows to make before eventually recovering. Let's go to Bitcoin. Long-term view, still very, very good. Weekly chart. It has that bullish volume once again, even though it's a red candle. To me, this is still pretty bullish. You can see the momentum of the MACD is certainly ending. There might be a bearish cross on the MACD, which would be bad. The last time we had one of these crosses, it literally led to like 6 months of downside. So hopefully that doesn't get repeated. And we can still avoid this cross if next week and the week after start to go up. And well, as Matt said earlier, we are in Q1 of a year that tends to have the best upside for Bitcoin. I mean, this is that Q1 area. You can see that everything either starts to go up here or it's already been going up like crazy into this time frame. So in all prior cycles, I mean, it's we're about to get started here. So I think we're okay cycle-wise as well. So the weekly chart, we do have to wait till this weekend. As long as we close this week above 102, I think it's more bullish than bearish going into next week. On the daily side, I really wanted to see us close above 103 yesterday. Really wanted to break that the prior candle's high and close above that high. But we just breached that high. We didn't close above it. Now the hurdle is a little bit different. Now the hurdle is actually a little bit easier. For me, now all we have to do is close above the last two candles' bodies. And to me, that becomes a very bullish candle. So now my line to be bullish on a daily scale has dropped to 102,600. So if we can close today above 102,600 or tomorrow above 102,600, I think we're in good shape. And as long as we don't spend an entire candle below the 20 period moving average on the daily, we're also in good shape. I think this low, this $97,000, $98,000 low, is here to stay unless we're spending time in the $100,000 range, like closing there and spending a full candle there. Someone in our live chat right in the beginning said they think it's going to go to 97, 98. So as you guys always hear me say, 97, 98 is the last. I thought I had to sneeze, but I was able to avoid that. So the last place I would buy Bitcoin is at 97, 98. I do not buy double bottoms. I don't know how many times I've said this over my 10-year trading education career. I do not buy double bottoms. Okay, that means right here, we establish a $92,000 low. It means I'm not buying at 92 here. 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 And I'm not buying at 92 here. Because what I'm waiting for is a complete breakdown to a significant lower low. Now, the lower low that we got was 89, but that wasn't low enough for me.
Can I
Maybe,
jump in? Can I jump in, Tone? That's
yeah.
that. Look, I just don't move anything. That there is a perfect example where Tone and I were wrong. Like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, maybe eight candles in a row. And like, as in, like we were wrong, as in we should have bought there. And like looking at in revisionist history, they were all great spots where the price jumped very well off those points. But you only need to be wrong about that one time. Do you know? Like that's not a spot where I agree with Tone completely. I would that red line. Well, maybe I bought a few of them. I can't recall, but I mean, I'd have to look at a lower time frame, and maybe I got lucky on a few of them. But looking at the daily like that for an investment, you'd never buy any one of them because of exactly what Tone is saying. They're all the point of where the bottoms looks like that's falling out, and it didn't. But you don't know that in the
But
time.
that's the thing. But eventually it did. The bottom did fall out, right? So
Somewhat,
for
yes.
those for those that did purchase the 92 support, what do you do when this candle is happening and you're sitting right here at 89?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Most people
Yep.
would fold and take the loss.
Well, I mean,
Now,
you could buy it all seven of those and set a break even stop, and it came back to stop you at a break even, stop break even, break even, break even, break even.
so
You know, it's
in
hard.
this situation, I am always expecting it to go lower, significantly lower, going to 89. I mean, had this been, if you look carefully, this would have been a seven, a count seven. If this candle had closed
Mm.
below the red line, if this candle had closed below 92,
Mm.
it sets up an MRI buy. And if we would have gotten a slightly lower low, anything below 88,000 on an MRI buy, that's when I'm buying. It
Yeah.
didn't happen this time, but it usually does.
And it's the same with that blue line that we're looking at now. And the comment was,
Right.
I think it'll go, yeah, there. I think it'll go to 97, 98. Yeah, maybe. You might be right, like it did seven times before in the past. But I want to see it higher than that blue line for a buy or lower than that. It just
Correct.
on the blue line is tricky, you know?
Correct. Like the 98 area is the one area I'm not buying. I'm willing to try to time a buy, let's say an MRI buy at 99 and a half off the moving average.
Sure.
That is a buy I would consider. Or a breakdown to something lower like 96, again, with an MRI. I would be looking to buy those, but I just don't buy double bottoms. And that implies to all time frames, not just the daily. So if we're looking at a lower time frame, I mean, right now we're having a trend line support. So we really need to start, rising from this area here. Because if we go below 101 and a half, I mean, I'm going to be expecting sub 97 at that point. We don't have a lot of margin for error here. We really need to start rising now, like today. Maybe this can last into tomorrow, but we got at some point today, we need to start breaking these highs. If you draw another trend line this way, one of these two is gonna break today, either to the upside or to the downside. Um, if I do a 4 hour, it might be cleaner. Yeah, if we do a 4 hour, like we're right there. We're right on the verge here. So one of these is gonna break today. I'm hoping it's we go to the upside, and then not only do we break this trend line I just drew, we also break that trend line as well.
I mean, but just as I said in my analysis, look, the fact that we're on the wrong side of the moving averages, it suggests to me that below that larger blue line you've got drawn in above the moving averages, until we're above that, it's a it sort of looks more bearish than bullish, to be honest, doesn't it? Like the fact
Yeah.
that we're below the middle of the moving averages.
People are asking about a show with Mark Wood. Probably this week. I may be going to El Salvador tomorrow. If I go, it'll be hard for me to do a show with Mark. But if I don't go, we can definitely do a show tomorrow. So I'll figure that out today. That's pretty much it. That's all I have on Bitcoin. We're back below 102. I really want to see us close above 1025. 1025 is my line in the sand. If we close above 1025, I'm pretty optimistic for the rest of the week. If we don't, I mean, we can do it tomorrow as well. But at the same time, I don't want to see any closes below the 20 period daily moving average. I mean, we had it over here, like we closed below it, but then we immediately recovered. So that's not a breach of the moving average. But look, the last time we got back above the moving average. So here's a full candle below the moving average. We finally got back above, and we stayed above. We stayed above the moving average from mid-October all the way into mid-December. So that's 2 months. This is a daily chart. And we got back above the moving average properly on January 16th. So the last time we stayed above it for 2 months. So let's see how we do it this time. It'd be nice if we stayed above it for 2 months. I mean, then we are talking the $120,000 range.
All right, stock market, wrap it up.
Yep. Nothing interesting on oil. Gold's bullish. Nothing really to say on that. Stock market is hanging in there. For the big scare, everyone, lost their cookies on here, but we're almost back to new all-time highs. I think stock market will do okay. Really curious what Trump ends up doing with the U.S. tax code. That's going to be the biggest question and the biggest driver for the stock market. How Trump manages the IRS and the tax code. That's pretty much it. We can wrap it up. I don't really have any stocks to look at today.
No, we normally do a bit of a briefer show on a Wednesday. Today wasn't that brief, but a good show.
And nothing interesting in ETFs yesterday. They were not acquiring anything yesterday, but BlackRock continues to slowly accumulate. Almost at 600,000, maybe by end of month. Well, not this month. By end of next month, BlackRock should be over 600,000 Bitcoin.
Damn. God, one day BlackRock's going to own over 1 million Bitcoin. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with us on a Wednesday show. Have a lovely day. Let's hope Bitcoin rallies. I don't know. Don't know if it will. All right. Have a great day.
Oh, there's one more thing. One more thing. There was an FOMC today. I totally forgot. I haven't been paying attention. But they're not going to do anything. They're not going to lower the rate. They're just going to announce it. I mean, there's a 99% chance that the rate's not going to change. Powell's not doing anything. So there is FOMC. I usually stream FOMC. So maybe I'll do that if I'm around at 2:30 p.m.
Stay tuned to that.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
great